Good morning, good morning. It's the Pastor Lloyd Morning Show. We up. Got a great topic for us today. We're excited to be here. My lady still got the microwaves going and the coffee's going. And so if y'all hear anything, that's them. But so good to see all of you guys. Go ahead and let me know you up in the chat. We up, we up, we up. Yeah. Great morning so far. I don't know if you got out there already, but it's nice weather if you're in Virginia. Um, Got out, got walking this morning, was able to get to the gym for a short time. Good morning, my brother Feaster. That's a good brother right there. I appreciate you, sir, for coming in. Um, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got a good topic for you today. So I'm gonna go ahead and cue the intro, but my topic today is your miracle is in a can. Your miracle is in a can. It's the Pastor Lord Morning Show. We up. So I'm gonna jump straight into it. The word can't should not be in our vocabulary. I remember when I was growing up, my uncle used to say, the guy who created the word can't couldn't. The guy who created the word can't, he couldn't. Uh, and I think that whenever we talk about this can't thing, it almost shuts down your mind to be able to come up with creative solutions. And I believe that so many times we've gotten to a roadblock and where we're trying to get in our lives, and we just said, you know what, I can't. Well, just because you come into a roadblock doesn't mean you turn around and go back home. It means that you find a different direction. And what happens is, it looked like my signal kind of going. Am I still there, yo? I think I'm good. Okay. What happens is when you start saying that yes, I can, you allow God to be able to step in and do the parts that you cannot. So there really isn't any such thing as can't, unless you're saying I can't be beat, right? And all of us got to get to that point today where you figured out in your mind and figured out in your heart that there's nothing that you cannot do. There's nothing that you can't accomplish. Um, and so you got to say I can. Now, what have you put on the back burner? What have you put on the shelf that you said I can't and you left it there? Now, I'm not talking about, I would love to go, well, I can't say that, but I like what I'm doing. But, most people want to go back and go play in the NBA or play in the NFL. I'm not talking about stuff like that, right? I'm talking about those things that God has placed in your heart and you know that this is your purpose, this is your mission. And he says in Philippians chapter 4, and I'm going to post that, chapter 4, verse 13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I'm gonna put that up. I was trying to do it before y'all got in, but I had my countdown going and I didn't want to stop. But let me put that in the chat. Hopefully it'll go all in there. Yes. Yeah. So I can do all things. And the good part about it, in verse 12, he says, I know what it's like to be in need. Now, if we can come up with our little profiles and our Facebook and Instagram personas, but most of us know what it means to be in need, right? We know what it means to not have everything you want. We know what it means to make, mayonnaise sandwiches and sugar water. And some of us, right? Some of us know what it is to have peanut butter with no jelly, right? And I know my daughter that she hate peanut butter. Peanut butter with no jellies, all right, we had to do that. So there is a time where, you know, you have to sometimes go without. And so he says, I know what it is to be in need. I know what it is to have plenty. I've been on both ends of the spectrum, and I can tell you that I know what it is to be in need. I know what it is to have plenty. And it's the need, the times that you're in need, that causes you to be able to have that hunger to move forward. When you're in need and you finally get on top, or you finally see some level of success, it allows you to get to that point where you're saying, there's nothing that's going to stop me. You know, you develop a hunger that being in plenty don't give you. When you've been in need, when you've had to watch other people around you be blessed, yeah, you can be happy for them, but it develops a hunger inside of you that says, you know what, I'm not going to stay in this situation. And a lot of people do one of two things to the extreme. They'll go to God and not move their body, or they'll move their bodies and never go to God, right? They will just pray, but never do anything, or they'll do, and never pray. But there has to be a healthy medium, because there are some things, doers, that you can't do, that you can't accomplish, that you yourself, without Christ, cannot break through. You say, well, I've made all this kind of money, I did all this, but what about your relationships? Well, I got a good relationship. Well, what about your financial situation? So there are some things, some levels that you cannot get through without a healthy balance of prayer and doing. Now, let me talk to the prayers. You can pray for a job all you want, but if you don't fill out an application, guess what's going to happen? Right? And you being and I used to pray, God, I'm a good person. I do this for this person. I do that for that person. Why aren't I blessed? Why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? Because if you are not doing, you ain't gonna see. Like, you can't just sit back. He said, I can do all things. And this verse, let me go back. That's verse 13. Come on, thing. I can do all things. Let me go back, y'all. I want y'all to see this. I can do all things through him. Through him. I can do all things through him who gives me strength. So it's not all of him or all of me, but it's together, married together, that we can do all things. So your miracle is in a can. Why am I saying that? I'm not talking about a can, a physical can, but there was a little play on words there. But a can meaning, how can I put this? If I'm saying can't, nothing's gonna happen. If I'm can't, then nothing is gonna happen. But if my mind is set up on yes, I can, right? And I'm doing things that it ain't nothing but time. It won't be anything but time that'll allow me to be. The only thing that's standing between me and my destiny, and me and where God has me to go, is the fact that I gotta wait sometime in order to see it. But my effort and the amount of push and prayer that I'm putting into it, you got to come up with that mentality that yes, I can. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Make sure you check in with us this morning. So I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna introduce to some of you guys and present to others a guy named Eric Thomas, and I'm gonna give you my take on what it is that he's talking about. Right. So, time for my take. Y'all like that? Pastor Lloyd Morning Show, my take. So I'm gonna play this video for you guys, and I want you to let me know what you think. All right.
Where you guys are, everybody gonna be trying to give 100. So you gotta go 120, right? When I tell you motivation is life, when I tell you that I need you to next 100 days, I need you to stay plugged in, right? Because the days you're not plugged in are the days you don't get 120. They say an alligator is so ferocious it'll kill a lion, but I can kill an alligator with my bare hands. Little old E.T. how? They say when you want to kill an alligator, you kill it right after it eats. Because right after it eats, it gets satisfied. And it goes to a state like it's almost paralyzed. Some of y'all in this room, when you paralyzed, you had a little success, you've done what nobody else in your family has done, and now you chilling. Come on, you ain't hungry no more? Next 100, I need you to stay focused. Why? You should still be hungry. What have you eaten that's got you satisfied? What have you done? What have you accomplished that got you so full? I'm a contender, but the next 100 gonna change my life. It's gonna change this.
Listen to that, y'all. He's saying, what have you eaten that's gotten you so full? And a lot of times our last success, the last thing that we did that worked, is our biggest opponent to our victory in the future. Because you sitting back saying, man, I did this and I did that. But look, we don't have time to be satisfied. The fact that you still have breath in your body means that you still got a way to go. And you keep being satisfied about your last victory, and guess what's going to happen? You're going to end up back in a situation where you were. Let's look at some more of this.
Extraordinary things. If that's you and you feeling me, just say, I can. Come on, I can. I can. Come on, one more time. Yep, I will. Yep, I must. All right, come on. I want to put some context into it. They sent my mother-in-law home 8 years ago. The cancer metastasized throughout her whole body. They're like, it ain't nothing we can do for you. Go home, spend time with your family. And people was like, yep, that's it for her. She says, not it for me. And they said, what do you mean it's not over for you? The doctor said she don't care nothing about a doctor. I got to see my grandson graduate from high school. He's a junior now at Michigan State University. She said, I got to see my granddaughter graduate. And my only 2 grandkids. I got to see my granddaughter graduate from high school, and she graduates in June. She said, after that, I might die. But up until then, I ain't going nowhere. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? And what we said to each other is, I can get through this. I will get through this. I must get through this. So I just need you to think about 3 people in your family that you love. 3 people. 3 people that you love. 3 people. You got them? They there? You got them? This is what I need you to do for me. Because some of you have a hard time staying motivated for a straight 100 days. So what I need you to do for me is I need you to think about those people every day when you're doing what you're doing. Do you have some days when you just want to hit the snooze button? Raise your hand for me. You want to hit the snooze button, right? So watch this. This is what has to happen. That person that you think about has to be louder than the snooze button. So when you think about Granny, you got to think about, do I hit the snooze button or do I get up and make it happen for Granny? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Who are you doing this for? So the days you don't feel like getting up, just think about them. Somebody tell me in this room, when you think about your siblings, when you think about mom and dad and grandma, when you think about your uncle and aunts, when you think about those coaches, those people who've been there for you, just raise your hand if you say, E.T., sleep is better than that.
I mean, that's powerful. Think about that. What is your why? Why are you doing? What's causing you to get up and move and be motivated? It's not that, I got a bill to pay. You're not going to hop out the bed to go pay a bill. But you will hop out the bed if you realize there's somebody that's dependent on you. And a lot of times we spend so much time thinking about yourself. What is your why? Why are you motivated to do what you're going to do, right? I can do all things. So somebody put in the chat, I can. We following Mr. Thomas today. I can, right? I can make it through this. I can get up out of the situation I'm in. There is no one on the face of the earth that's breathing that does not have a purpose. I don't care if you laid up in a home, a rehab facility. It doesn't matter where you are. The fact that you're still breathing means God has a purpose for your life. Means he has a purpose for your life. You're not on life support. They're not keeping you here, with life support. You're able to breathe on your own, which means I've got a purpose. I got a goal. Find out your why. And I like when he said that alarm clock. Find out your why and let that be louder than your alarm clock, right? When you're trying to get up and you keep hitting the snooze button, right? So let's make sure we do that. Let's finish up with Eric.
Just raise your hand and tell me. Anybody in the room? Sleep is better than them, E? Raise your hand. Somebody tell me, E.T. You don't get it. You don't know how hard it is, E? I probably don't. I just live in abandoned buildings. AI trash cans. I probably don't. Maybe I ain't never been through what you've been through, but I've been through my go through. And you don't get here by quitting when you tired. You get here by quitting when you finish, when you done.
Quit when you finished.
You don't stop when you tired. You stop when you done. You stop when you complete it, when you execute it. Execution is worship. And so I execute for my mom. I execute for my grandma. I execute for my sister. I execute for those kids in the hood who looking for a role model. That's why I wear the hat with a PhD. That's why I wear the J's. So when the kids in the hood look at me, they say, if E.T. can do it, I can do it. That's why I can't quit and give up, even though I get tired just like everybody else. Why? Because this is what I do. This is my lane. This is your lane. You gotta murder it. So when I ask you, you got energy, don't play with me. When I say again, you got that energy for the next 100 days, I need to feel your soul in this room. All right, I can? Come on, I can? Come on, I can? I will. I must. Come on, I can? I will. I must. Come on, give yourself some energy. Come on, give yourself some energy. Crab, we wish you the best. We love you. Do you 100?
Man, if that don't hype y'all up this morning, if that don't get you ready to go, if you can't say I'm up after that, man, come on. I'm up. We up, right? There's so many people who have doubted you over the years. Sometimes you got to use that as your reason. Whatever it's going to take you to get up, whatever it's going to take you to be able to attack this day with enthusiasm, attack this day with a righteous anger, right? Attack this day with intentionality. If that don't cause you to do it, and look, I like the way you say, here we go. Wife say, I can. That's how it starts, right? Guess what? I will. That's where you're almost there. And then you go to I must, right? And it doesn't matter what you are doing. It does not matter what you're doing in your life as far as your vocation or whatever where you may work or whatever. You got to get to the point, we got to get to the point where we are so motivated. Because at the end of the day, you only get one life to live. Sleep is not important than where I want to go. In fact, where I want to go, I'm too excited to sleep. Okay? I can do all things through Christ. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So we almost done today, and I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all are getting yourself excited to go to work. People try to figure out why you so excited. We at work. No. I've got an opportunity today to be better than I was yesterday. Right? I got an opportunity. Even if you know that the job that you're at right now is not your final destination, it's not where you want to be. You only want to be there today. Can you use that to help build your legacy, to help build your business, to help build your financial structure? Use today and be able to make yourself better. Even if that job you're at, that's not where I ultimately want to be. But it's a step. It's going to give me the finances I need to go where I want to go. It's going to give me the structure I need. I'm going to learn things here. I'm going to learn things about how they structure this company. I'm going to learn how you deal with employees. I'm going to learn these things, and I'm going to apply them to where I want to go, to where I want to be. So it's three things I want to leave you with before we go. And I'm just so glad that we're all together on this and getting this. So we got to be intentional and be deliberate. Be intentional and be deliberate. Be intentional about what you're going to do today. We should not have started today without already having a plan in place. This is what I'm going to do. This is how long I'm going to do it, because I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to waste. I got to get up. Today I hit the snooze button. But if I was feeling like I'm feeling right now, I wouldn't have. Right? Because there's some place I want to go. And if we're sitting back, and it's not going to happen by one big decision, by one big thing that you do. Oh, I decided to get up today. No, you got to get up today, tomorrow, the next day, And little by little, you'll start to chip away and be able to get where you want to go, right? Stop putting things behind. Let's be intentional and deliberate. Stop putting things off, procrastinating. You said you want to do it. Let's do it. You said you wanted to do it. So let's do it. Find out your why. Eric talked about that, right? Why do I want this? Why do I want to see this happen? Who am I doing it for? What legacy do I want to leave when I die? Who do I want my children to see I am today? Like I was thinking, when I first started this, I don't want to call it a weight loss journey, health journey, which I do fall off the bandwagon like everybody else, but that's not an excuse either. But my main thing was I wanted my kids to see who I could be. How can I put it? I wanted them to see me at my best. The only thing they've seen is my dad bod, what they call a dad body, your dad body. It's the body you get once you relaxed and you sitting back eating all the time. Y'all chilling. That's all they've seen. They haven't seen me at my best. I haven't seen me at my best. How far can I get? Where before I die, I want to know how far I could have got. Where could my potential where could it have taken me? Right? And that should be all of our goals. And the last thing is do your job and let God do his. You can't do God's job. You let him do his job. You do what you can do. That means I'm going to do it to the limit. But there's a place where I'm going to need a miracle. There's a place where I'm going to need him to move. But your miracle is only in your can. If you don't do your part, you can't expect him to move any mountains for you. So your miracle's in your can. I can. I will. I must. I'm going to leave you guys with that. I wish I can stay with you forever, but we all got work to do. It's the Pastor Lloyd Morning Show. We up. Good morning. Make sure you sharing, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. Go over to YouTube, and because we're not getting any traction on YouTube, guys, help me to get some traction on YouTube by going over, sharing, liking. If you enjoy this, help somebody else to get it. Now I could see if we had, people that saw it for a little while, then they cut it off, but we're actually getting nobody at all to even click on it. So go over, because YouTube obviously is not sharing it. So go over to YouTube, Pastor Lloyd Morning Show, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Remember, your miracle is in your can, not your can't. Your miracle is in your can. It's the Pastor Lloyd Morning Show. We up. Good morning.